there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ellison, and once again, I'd like to welcome you to Ocarina of Time 3D. In the last part, we raided the bottom of the well, which actually turned out to be pretty lucrative for us, because, hey, we got to live out our favorite evil supervillain cosplay fantasy, and got to shut off an entire village's water supply, but now we find ourselves here in the Shadow Temple to atone for the sins of our past. And apparently only Quentin Tarantino's favorite actress can cross the Valley of the Dead, which is incredible because this just looks like your classic Endless Abyss, if you ask me. So we'll need to find a way across without blowing ourselves up, but with the help of our extremely talkative and gossipy portrait friends that are just waiting to spill the tea, I'm sure we'll be able to manage just fine. So we also managed to pick up the Lens of Truth, which is not entirely necessary for finding things hidden in the darkness, as this disembodied voice will constantly interrupt us to tell us if you know where things are, you don't necessarily need to have the lens on at all times. Although it does make things easier and not accidentally finding yourself in the broom closet of the dead. Man, those keys were messing me up in the last episode. But with a nice little look at Link's interior, we can go and grab ourselves an item. Let's do it as we crunch over these skulls and bones while also being... Never mind. The magic jar is not usually supposed to be there. We get an early dungeon map, which will kind of help because the Shadow Temple is actually not that bad. It's fairly straightforward, and there's not really much to go wrong here in terms of, not finding your way, especially with the compass, but they telegraph things pretty nicely. Like, you can see here, these jars will indicate there's a secret little spot here, and then of course the voice is just going to be dropping all of the juiciest lore about Hyrule's bloody history. Tell me one civilization or one group of people that have created a society where there is just not a ton of blood and corpses building up on it. Alright, well, thanks for the repetition, I suppose. Also, these doors, they kind of remind me of the Skyrim emblem, just a little bit, right? But, oh no, not the hands raising the roof. Well, we have the return of Dead Hand, and you can see where he's hiding just by the virtue of the lens showing us where he is. So we gotta go and get grabbed and wait for him to show up. He's gonna run at us with his pantyhose over his hands and try not to get grabbed. So we'll just go and let him come over here, slash a few times, and then try to get like a jump attack in there too. So he will retreat, and once he has done that, we can go and do this as well. I'm just gonna go and get noogied over here. Why not? He's just like rubbing his palm right over my nose, which I don't appreciate. But with the Master Sword, this thing is kind of a joke. So voila, we are victory. And if we're lucky, oh yeah, stunting on his wrist. And he doesn't get raised up, unfortunately, but just like the bottom of the well, defeating Dead Hand gets us the main dungeon item, and very early. It is the hover boots. We can hover above the ground. The downside is also, ironically, it's only, upside, no traction. We can use this to walk on no solid ground for short periods and be brave and trust in the boots. Hell yeah, brother. So just in the interest of having this readily available, I am going to map it to a button, and now we get to play with ice physics anytime we want. Even though it does sound like we're still walking over a ton of decaying and decrepit corpses, we're still gonna be slipping and sliding like there's no freaking tomorrow. So I don't think there's really much around here, although I know there's a lot of tricks in this dungeon. Like, you see that little mini pot over there? It's like the mama pot and the papa pot got very happy and loved each other a little too much, so they created a little baby pot, and it's not fun. So yeah, you actually don't really want these on most of the time. But I think that's kind of everything for this little cleaning wing of the dungeon. Obviously these blue skulls are just gonna keep taunting us, or otherwise blocking the way forward, but that's all right. One of the things I can appreciate about the Shadow Temple is just how straightforward it is. There's not really a whole lot of fastballs, but there are quite a few beginner traps. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. We also have this mysterious statue and a ton of skulls that are invisible. Once we put on the old Eye of Truth, make my beak face the skull of truth. Oh, my beak face, not beak face. The alternative is descent into the deep darkness. You know, it's actually really funny because if you screw up, the floor just falls out from under you and you fall, and it's humiliating and it's very embarrassing, but it is also a little funny. So make sure whatever you do, you don't stop moving. Otherwise, you're just going to be in trouble. And even if you're trying to adjust the angle of the camera, not going to work. So that is a pretty good, I guess, taste of what to expect with these boots, but we are going to step into something a little scary. We have a BMOS here, which we can completely avoid so long as we go into the false wall. And there are friends here. Oh my goodness. So the last time I was in here, oh my god, I got double scared. And cool. I actually got like a love tap from one of these guys, and it was kind of funny because he just like basically teabagged me in midair and then fell straight to the ground once my jump slash went through. And I wish I was recording, but alas, this little broom closet does not have CTR vision or whatever. CT television? I don't know. But here we have the compass, which is really nice for 6 minutes in. And I probably will end up missing something pretty obvious. So we'll try to avoid any humiliating forgetfulness objects and find ourselves into the infamous Scythe Room. Yeah, we have Dementors that are apparently just gonna try and slice us, and it's not very fun. We have a ton of silver rupees we need to collect too. That's gonna be one of the more annoying parts about this dungeon. And ooh, this one actually has something to share with us. What's it saying, Navi? If you want to see a fairy to the other world, come here. Oh, well, that sounds very tempting considering the state of the world and the United States, but I would rather not. It doesn't look very cozy down there. So long as we don't manage to stand on any of these logs, we should be okay. Ooh, my god. That's actually kind of hard to do, but try not to go against the grain. And so long as you're like along the exterior, you probably don't need to worry much about getting hurt. Just know that you can still get sliced through this cutscene, and I would rather not, please. Oh my good god. So you are right. Well, I guess I can keep going in this direction. Gentle. Oh god. And then we're outside of the range. It's a little sketchy, and I don't know how I feel about it. But we got a key, and there's actually not too many of them in this dungeon that we need to take into consideration. Once we find one, we're essentially gonna have to use it immediately, so kind of a cool little, I guess, straightforward way of doing things. I feel like that's gonna be the theme of this area, is just how not challenging it is to do. So I guess you can take that how you will. I already mentioned I'm not a huge fan of this place, but if I go and throw the bomb, can I get rid of the BMOS? I didn't hear the secondary explosion. It sounded like I... Navi? Okay, good. I stunned him, which is bizarre. But if you play the Sun Song here, you will be able to get a fairy to help you out and drop a bomb here anyways, because that is the one solid solace that we can find in this place, and then the one locked door. So things are looking up for us. We're three rooms in, and oh no, we're gonna get jump scared here, aren't we? Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of music that will sort of indicate that there's things hidden and that they'll jump out at you at the worst possible moment. And when I was practicing for this dungeon, I usually play without audio just because I'm usually watching something with Sarah, and that's usually just so that I can familiarize myself with the layout of the dungeon and then figure out the particulars later. So I just kept running into these guys over and over while watching goddamn Love Island. Because might I remind you, my wife of almost 6 years and we happen to watch some pretty shitty reality television, and that is probably the lowest I'll go. I mean, I do love myself some Survivor and Big Brother, and I hate how they keep trying to cater to 12-year-olds at this point, but Sarah just wants to keep up with Love Island and everybody who talks about it. Can we, like... I know there's another one. Oh, okay, Navi was the jump scare. I suppose we have lovely floor masters to deal with, which is not good. Hello. The Nosferatu hand has joined us here in the hallways. How dare you? Don't like it. Don't like it in the slightest, but thank you for filling up my wallet. So this room is actually not too terrible. It's probably better if we go through this without the hover boots to hover with. Anytime I think of hover boots, I always think of Conqueror because of the way he says it. Oh my God. And the flame bubble, I remembered this time because he comes straight out of the woodwork. Also, Skulltula Knight, man. Skulltula Knight, he's probably... Stalfos. Mr. Man, you want to jump off the edge there? Oh my God, he saved himself. Well, his AI is kind of weird, but he has a really cool sword. And I have a shield that's got your name all over it. There we go. Look at him. Oh my God, he just fell like a sack of potatoes. That's embarrassing. Ooh, geez, maybe I should put the boots on for this. It's a little sketchy jump. And we'll head into this direction, which I think is completely optional. So here's hoping I don't mess this up pretty royally. It looks like there are 2 chests in here, so that's good. I do want to be careful because if this is the room I think it is, don't walk in without at least taking a look through the lens. God. We also have freaking keys. God, I really should have taken the skull mask with me down to the bottom of the well, because that would have helped a lot. But we have a like here that is apparently immune to the power of the slice and dice. But I would recommend trying to get him over here rather than, you know, taking the fight to him. And yeah, he's not very fun. Can you like, oh geez. What do you got in there? What are you packing, man? Thank you. So we actually do need to defeat all of the enemies in this room, and I think there's only 3 keys, which would be ideal. All right, you know, I have the long shot. Here we go. I can just like freeform snipe them out. And there we have it. Unsurprisingly, there is also a Skulltula in here, which I guess would be the one other reason you'd want to come and visit. So let's do it. Let's just take them out from here. And I actually don't know if I can reach from this little spot. So maybe if I like jump onto this and then adjust the angle and then miss, I should, okay. I could have sworn you might have been able to reach that. Maybe sometimes if you use your shield, you jump a little higher with the backflip, but not here. This is not the time to be testing new incredible methods of collecting Skulltulas. Let's just grab this and leave. I'm pretty sure these are completely useless. That's maybe a Hylian shield. Usually bloopies are things like that, but bandoleros. You see them a lot in randomizers if you happen to pick up a chest that has bombs, but you don't have a bomb bag yet, and similar things to that. Nature. Whew. Not bad, Mr. Cruz, although could probably be a little bit better. I think somewhere along the way, I may have forgotten a Skulltula somewhere, and I am going to be kicking myself when it turns out to be the dumbest Skulltula to have missed in the history of the world. Oh geez. Okay, so I actually want to take my boots off real quick. I don't want to get them scuffed up and dirty, like in Do the Right Thing. Giancarlo Esposito. Yo, my kicks. Come on, get over here. Remember Sarah and I, we watched it on a plane, and it was the first time I've seen it since like maybe 2011 or so, but she's never seen it before. And we were like gripping the sides of our seat because that's a pretty intense movie. And I like it a lot. If you haven't seen it, it's, I guess, what some would consider to be pretty woke, especially being a Spike Jonze joint. But I definitely have been wanting to rewatch it again at some point. And that is all I can get with my rhyme scheme. Oh God, this also kind of sucks. So I would recommend just committing to walking in and grabbing the coins, or the rupees, and ooh, try not to get sliced on your little ankles. Yeah, just commit to the bit and do not hesitate. Okay, cool camera there, brother. Appreciate that. God, I hate it when they start at the weirdest freaking angles. Oh God, what is this? there's one of these rooms that you actually should probably consider the iron boots, and I think it's coming up. Only one with the eye of truth will find the stone umbrella that protects against the rain. Okay, who got freaking Robert Frost in here? Because it's kind of annoying. But there's a secret little nook right over here. And this is what we can use to stop the blades of rain, I guess. So, and this part is usually a little too easy. I mean, if you have like the fast block push and pull in, you know, Ocarina of Time randomizer, it's not that bad, but here it's painfully slow. So, I don't know, maybe I should have saved my do the right thing talk for this little room here. But we have bombs. This place actually keeps you pretty nicely stocked. And eventually, we're actually going to need to switch orientations so that we don't get squished on this side. But I think looks like we're getting this one just fine. So I feel a little better about that. Go and start pulling it this way with my incredible, inhuman 16-year-old strength, where my back isn't aching and my neck isn't tweaking out. And actually, I'm going to leave you there for a minute. Let's go and grab some stuff. These sculptulas have been messing up my detail. So this one is kind of funny how much higher it shows up, but I refuse to use the hook shot. No, instead, this is the one that you can grab with your shield out. At least I thought you could. I swear to God, I've done it before. Oh, great. Now I'm just going to look stupid because I wanted to make note of the fact that he looks so silly. Okay, fine. I digress. Something or other is stopping me from doing that, but no funny poses there, Mr. Cruz. All we have to do is look stupid in the Shadow Temple and then call it good. But there are a ton of chests here that are completely useless. It's a little insulting, actually, just how much time is spent finding things that we can do nothing with. So, luckily we're not going to get squished over here. And there should be a switch, I think. So let's go this way and grab another chest. I mean, great for randomizers, but also very annoying since you actually do need to play through the Shadow Temple to unlock some of this stuff. There's a Skulltula that is so deep in here, and one time it had the long shot in it, and I was so annoyed because it was completely in logic, but you had to get to the very end of this temple and have, you know, like the hover boots and stuff, just because that's the way the game wants you to play, and then go through all of this just to get the long shot so that you can do stuff in the water temple. And I don't know how I felt about that. I mean, obviously not great, but I'm gonna go and throw you right over here. Oh my God, and then I was just barely off. I got my shins sliced. Damn it. Okay, well I didn't that time, so at least we're good. That was what a dumb way to get hurt, right? And this is always a fun part, is waiting for this lovely little cycle-based platform to make its way over. And if you try to come over here without the key, well then that's just silly. Step inside, and oh great, this room. So, a lot of invisible spikes on the floor, and some redeads. Oop, thank you, camera angle. So let's fill up on some magic here. Yeah, this project has been especially annoying to record because now I'm having different issues on my new computer in trying to get things situated. And what I mean by that is that there's a lot of layering that goes on here, right? Oh, shoot. Okay. How did that not hurt? That doesn't make any sense. But it like completely screws up like the RAM usage and stuff just with how much processing power it takes to apparently superimpose the items in the corner and the health. So I dished out $150 to upgrade Vegas Pro to 22, and it's a different problem now that is not working. So that's not fun and something that I don't enjoy having to troubleshoot with. But that's okay. Everything's okay. If I didn't love making these videos, then I simply wouldn't. And also, are you supposed to use the hover boots to get this? Because I don't like that there's a trap there. So we can just do that. And we're gonna need a key. Cool. Let's try not to skewer ourselves. And this is gonna take us into this room. Okay. This isn't too bad, but lest we forget, let's go and grab this while we can. And we'll have to make this extra fabulous. Oh, well, not quite. It just looks like I was about to sit down on a very cold toilet seat. We all know how unpleasant that is, right? I hear a piece. That is not good. Oh my God, brother. You were not supposed to come for me just yet. Jesus, God, it's always the keys that get in their little love taps on us. Them and Gibdos. I swear to God, if I had recorded more in advance when I realized this was going to be an issue, I would have made like a little counter just showing how many times I've been hurt by a keys. Because that's literally been like the one source of grief and suffering I've had to endure. But okay, so this is something that is a little strange, and I don't know if you would necessarily think to do this immediately, because I remember getting stuck on this as a child, but you blow up that incredible statue, and there's a key inside. I would have thought that maybe one of these gossip portraits would have told us about it. You know, like they're sitting at the edge of their bed, and they're laying down on their stomach and just waiting to tell you exactly how to beat this area, but no. There it is, a small key. Thank you. But this should lead us to a pretty nice place, I think. So, just gentle, Mr. Cruz. Let's not get overzealous. And we drop on down into this room, which is another hallway, which is probably going to get me messed up. So this is where we want the goods. Okay. Let's adjust very quickly. I'll put you in favor of the, hello? Thank you. Favor of that, because there are fans we gotta deal with, and you can just wait until after they do their business. You can like backstep and like run real fast. Oh my God. See, I'm telling you, I get hit by every single one of these damn things. But you are gonna have to use this to your advantage with the hover boots coming up here in a minute. Also, you would think the weight of the iron boots being an immovable object versus the unstoppable force of the long shot. I don't know, that definitely means Link should be torn in half, right? Anyways, ooh, welcome back to crafty fire shooting eyes from Link to the Past. Leave me alone, for the love of God. Ah, Jesus. Don't like this. Nope, I don't want to aim at you. Don't want to... Thank you. Now to aim carefully with my double jump. Nope, I don't care. Okay, I guess this Redead wants to fight. Let's do this. Like, Link just looked at the thing. Man, Redeads really cannot get a stun out to save their life. Another place to play the Sun Song if you want. What do you have to say? Okay, yes, the spirits are whispering. Those who have sacred feet should probably shut down their WikiFeet pages. Oh, okay, thank you. Well, there is a hidden chest right in this corner, containing a bundle of arrows. Lovely. Is that literally it? I guess that and the fairies, but good God, that's not pleasant. Oh, by the way, this is, oh God, you wanted to hurt me with that. Nope, leave me alone. Good God. That thing had a damn vendetta. Oh my God, and we've got this freaking room. All right, take the shoes off. I will play the RA song, because I'm probably gonna get stopped without my proper documentation. So, thank you for that. Speaking of, I still need to get my real ID. Living in Texas. Probably gonna need it before I die. In the event that I die. What is with these damn jars? Is this going to be the one small key I need? God, this is insane. Because there are two chests in here. And yeah, the game actually wants us to put on our thinking caps. So I actually am not entirely sure if I need the iron boots anymore, so I'm gonna go and replace those. And boom, dunzo. Yeah, it would be very nice if we could, you know, map things to the D-pad like you could in the randomizer. But that's all right. This came out in 2011, so you can only hope for so many quality of life improvements. But we're kind of getting up there in the times, so should we maybe do this last bit of business, or should we save it for next time? Because once we get across this ferry section, which is pretty intense actually, it's gonna be fairly non-stop action, and it's a little scary. I mean, all of it's scary. It's tantalizing and terrifying. It's big, it's grand, it's fucked up. But yeah, we already made that joke like 6 times. So Navi is freaking the damn hell out about something. I guess I can appreciate that. What did I just fall under? So we'll go and set this on the yappiest of portraits, rivaled only by me, apparently. And sure, I guess we'll play the song that you wanted to hear. The old la la la, la 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 la. Oh, and it's not gonna work because I have to be up here. All right, well, I'm sorry. Pierre, forgive me for I played the song and you were not around to hear. Just so that we can hear the pure cadence of it. And now we've got ourselves a sculptula. So imagine trying to get this without the long shot. I don't think you could without blowing yourself up. Here, like I said before, I've been trying to attack those guys with my hands, and that has not been working, but there we have it. An incredible display of skill holding the long shot. I really wish that it was actually purple, like in the item bar, but it's blue. And here, let me do this. I mean, I like holding it, I just wish it reflected the colors better. But with that being said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I think we will end things off here just in the spirit of the Shadow Temple. Next time, we take the Fairy of Death by playing Zelda's Lullaby, and hopefully we don't find ourselves dying, because it's kind of scary down there, and I'm not a huge fan of it. But if we can stand on it, we can enjoy it. We can't go inside of it, God forbid. And if we try to, you know, parallel park this thing, we'll probably end up dying as well. So prepare for a lot of death in the next one. All right. Hope this wasn't too painful, but the end is close. And we always do need a spot to stop. So I've been making these episodes a little longer than I would have liked. And these extended outros simply are not helping. But take care, everybody. And I'll see you in the next one. Camera, good God, can you just stay on Link's beautiful face for 5 seconds? Thank you. See you guys then. Wait, hold it, Mr. Cruz. We are not done here because there is one last thing to make note of before ending things off, and I just remembered right after I stopped recording, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, but there is a nice little secret shortcut here to take us halfway to the dungeon, because obviously we've taken a fairly linear path getting here all along, so in case you turn off your game on accident, we can go and make this lovely little shortcut accessible to us in this room over here where we were accosted by this portrait. So back to that scythe room with those silver rupees, you can just drop on down and be just fine. Although now I hurt my ankles and now I'm upset. Take care, everyone, and now I'll see you next time. Cool. Love that for us. Amazing.